Blake Lively has spent years solidifying her place as one of Hollywood's most revered fashion icons. She's not just an actress, she's a force in the industry, known for her impeccable red carpet looks and her ability to turn every appearance into a headline-making moment. Unlike many of her peers, she doesn't rely on a personal stylist. Instead, she handpicks her own outfits, a rare and respected move in the fashion world. Designers practically line up to dress her, eager for their creations to be showcased on one of the most photographed women in Hollywood. And among all the luxury brands that have embraced her, one name has stood out time and time again: Versace. Blake and Versace have a history that runs deep.
The better the outfit is on the premiere red carpet, the more the movie will sell. Blake looked absolutely mesmerizing in this Versace dress. What's even better is that you can add narrative to the dress because Britney wore this dress before. It's a 2002 archival piece from Versace, and you know this is gonna get headlines. Blake in Britney's dress at the premiere of It Ends With Us. Fashion is always the best way for PR.
The Italian fashion house has played a major role in some of her most memorable moments, from breathtaking red carpet gowns to show-stopping Met Gala looks. She's worn their designs with an effortless elegance that has made her a staple in high fashion circles.
Well, this is Britney's Versace dress, 2002, the butterfly dress. It meant so much to me because of what she meant to me. Like, she was just somebody who represented love and beauty and youth and hard work and determination and strength, and she was in touch with her sexuality and her delicacy, and she just sort of represented it all. And, you know, telling her own story the way she did and the way she's about to with her biopic, it just, like, I don't know, this Britney has just meant so much to me forever. I'm a forever Britney stan. And so when this dress was available, I was like, yes, I need it, and I've had it, you know, for almost a year now, and I've been saving it for this 6 months, but yeah.
But now, in a shocking twist, rumors are swirling that Donatella Versace herself has refused to dress her. The idea that one of Hollywood's most beloved fashion muses could be snubbed by one of the biggest names in the industry has sent shockwaves through the fashion world. For years, Blake and Versace seemed like a match made in couture heaven. So what could have caused such a sudden change? Speculation is running wild. Some believe it could be linked to the ongoing controversy surrounding her recent film It Ends With Us, a project that has not only struggled with public perception, but has also placed Blake at the center of an increasingly messy Hollywood scandal. Others whisper that perhaps the brand is simply choosing to distance itself from drama, opting instead to align with stars who bring less baggage to the table. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear: this is a major blow to Blake's image. For someone like Blake, fashion is more than just clothing. It's a statement. She has always used her style to define her brand, and Versace has been a crucial part of that journey. Her love for the brand has been obvious for years, and she's proudly worn their designs at pivotal moments in her career. Who could forget her 2022 Met Gala transformation gown, a jaw-dropping Versace creation that shifted colors right before the audience's eyes, solidifying her as the queen of the event? Or her stunning pink mini dress at the It Ends With Us premiere, an ultra-feminine Versace design that was meant to highlight her return to the big screen. And then, of course, there's one of her boldest choices: her decision to wear a Britney Spears Versace dress. That moment wasn't just about fashion, it was a tribute, a nod to the pop icon's resilience and cultural influence. Blake herself spoke about why she made that choice, explaining how much it meant to her to honor Britney in such a meaningful way. That decision further cemented Blake's connection to Versace. She wasn't just wearing the brand, she was helping to tell a story through it. But now, with Donatella allegedly distancing herself, that relationship appears to be crumbling. It's hard to ignore just how significant this shift is. Versace has played a defining role in Blake's red carpet dominance. The Met Gala look alone was a career-defining moment, a true showcase of her ability to blend Hollywood glamour with modern fashion storytelling. And even at the It Ends With Us premiere, with all the controversy surrounding the film, she still managed to turn heads in that striking pink mini dress. But now, with Versace seemingly stepping away, the question remains, what does this mean for Blake's future in fashion? A snub like this doesn't just go unnoticed. It raises bigger questions about her standing in Hollywood's inner circles. Is this just a temporary setback? Or is it a sign of a larger shift in how she's perceived by the industry? And more importantly, could this be yet another consequence of the scandal that continues to follow her? Because while the Versace drama is shocking on its own, it's impossible to ignore the bigger storm surrounding Blake, and it all leads back to It Ends With Us and her ongoing feud with Justin Baldoni. Blake Lively's fashion drama is just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. Because while the Versace snub has set off alarm bells in the fashion world, it's hard to ignore the shadow looming over her entire career, her ongoing scandal with Justin Baldoni. The moment It Ends With Us was announced, it was supposed to be a major win for Blake. A powerful return to leading roles, an adaptation of a best-selling novel, and a chance to show off her dramatic chops alongside a respected director. But instead of being a triumphant moment, the film has spiraled into controversy, with Blake at the center of an industry-wide battle that's only getting uglier. It all started as whispers, reports of tension on set, creative disagreements, and behind-the-scenes power struggles. At first, it was easy to brush off. Conflicts happen in Hollywood all the time. But then the lawsuits began. Blake filed first, accusing Justin Baldoni of creating a toxic work environment, making inappropriate remarks, and systematically shutting her out of key creative decisions. The accusations were explosive, painting a picture of a director who was allegedly using his power to control and intimidate her. Blake's legal team pushed a narrative of a woman standing up for herself, fighting against a system that had long ignored the struggles of female actresses. But then came the counterattack. Justin Baldoni didn't just deny the allegations, he hit back with a $400 million lawsuit of his own, claiming that Blake and her husband Ryan Reynolds orchestrated a smear campaign to destroy him. According to Baldoni, Blake was not the victim but the aggressor, allegedly using her influence to manipulate public perception and weaponize the media against him. The lawsuit detailed a calculated effort to undermine his reputation, strategically leaking negative press to gossip sites, and even pressuring industry executives to turn against him. And it didn't stop there. Reports began emerging that Ryan Reynolds had allegedly played a bigger role in the drama than anyone had initially realized. According to industry insiders, Ryan wasn't just supporting Blake from the sidelines. He was actively involved in production decisions, stepping onto the set, reviewing dailies, and even rewriting parts of the script. What started as a professional disagreement between an actress and her director had now escalated into a full-blown Hollywood war, with some accusing Ryan of being the real force behind the downfall of It Ends With Us. The backlash against Blake was swift and brutal. The public, once enamored with her polished image, began questioning everything. Was she truly the wronged party? Or was this just another example of a powerful celebrity using their connections to crush someone they saw as a threat? The narrative began shifting against her, and soon, the press was flooded with reports of Blake's alleged on-set behavior, tantrums, difficult demands, and a need for constant control over every aspect of production. Then, just as it seemed like the tide had fully turned, Blake's team made a move that no one saw coming. A bombshell statement was released, revealing that Blake had been struggling with profound mental health issues. The timing raised eyebrows. Was this a genuine revelation, or was it a carefully crafted PR maneuver to deflect from the growing scandal? Suddenly, the conversation changed. Instead of focusing on her alleged manipulations, the headlines became about her emotional well-being. Sympathy started to creep back in. The question now wasn't about what she did, but whether people were being too harsh on her in a time of crisis. But even that attempt at damage control didn't fully silence the backlash. Because as more details emerged, it became clear that Blake had brought in one of the most high-powered crisis managers in the business. Not just any PR fixer, but Nick Shapiro, a man with deep intelligence ties and a history of handling government-level scandals. This wasn't just about cleaning up a bad headline. This was about rewriting the narrative on an entirely different level. And with a move like that, people started to wonder just how much of Blake's public breakdown was organic and how much of it was a calculated strategy. And then, there's the final nail in the coffin, the way Hollywood itself is reacting. It's one thing for the public to turn on a celebrity, but when the industry begins distancing itself, that's a whole different story. And that's exactly what seems to be happening. With Versace allegedly refusing to dress her, with former collaborators quietly stepping away, and with actors like Robert Downey Jr. outright rejecting offers to work with Ryan Reynolds, it's becoming increasingly clear that Hollywood is picking sides. And right now, Blake and Ryan may not be on the winning team. So what happens next? Can Blake Lively recover from this, or is she on the brink of a career collapse that no amount of PR spin can fix? If history has taught us anything, it's that Hollywood loves a redemption arc. But in order to survive, Blake will need to convince the world that she's the wronged party, that she's not the mastermind behind this mess, but just another casualty of an industry that chews up its stars the moment they show weakness. Whether the public buys that version of events, that remains to be seen.